Many people joke about Korean dramas keeping the lights on in the Netflix headquarters, but it's becoming a reality. Even though so many people are tuning in, there still could be things that you probably missed in All of Us Are Dead. Let's go over them. Sewol fairy tragedy parallels. All the talk about how unsettling it is that a high school full of kids became the epicenter of the zombie virus had people thinking about other tragedies where many kids lost their lives. One netizen made some parallels between the show and a real-life tragedy that happened in Korea. On April 16, 2014, the ferry going from Incheon to Jeju unexpectedly sank. Out of 299 casualties, 250 were second-year students of the Danwon High School that went on a school trip that day. They sadly never returned home. The tragedy shook the entirety of Korea, and that's an understatement. The parallel started with a TikTok video by the user Baejiun199 that went viral. There, the user puts together the clips from the show and real recordings that the students sent out. In the show, the students film themselves while waiting for the help that is supposed to rescue them from the Hyosan High School that is swarmed with zombies. It is compared with videos that the students from Danwon High recorded while waiting for help. They were just joking around since the information that was given to them was underestimating how bad the situation on board really was. Another thing that was pointed out by the user Baejun199 was a reference to a real-life couple on the boat. In the show, we see a romance between Namda and Soo-hyuk. In the scene where they share a kiss, their hands are tied together. The TikTok user speculates it could be a note to two students, Kim Soo-jin and Lee Jung-jin, who were found with their life jackets tied together by the cords. It was later discovered that these two were in a relationship, and the most obvious one would probably be the memorial. In All of Us Are Dead, people made a ribbon memorial for all those people who lost their lives at Hyosan High School due to the zombie outbreak. It looks very similar to the yellow ribbon memorial that has been organized to commemorate all the lives that were lost in the Sewol ferry tragedy. The yellow ribbons that were used as a symbol to remember the lives lost in the tragedy have become a symbol recognized globally. These videos and clips have started spreading like wildfire all over the internet. Many say that it's just a speculation, but I believe it's highly possible that the creators decided to represent the loss and make sure that the Sewol ferry tragedy is remembered even in this way. Idols in the show. It's inevitable that eventually there will be some references to real-world artists. I mean, it's a high school full of young people. Of course there will be some fans of K-pop. Right in the first episode, we see an Easter egg on a backpack. The tiny bunny is probably as famous as the creator himself. Many fans pointed out that it's the famous BT21 cookie charm, which was sketched by none other than BTS's Jungkook. However, it might be just a generic cute bunny plushie since it's missing its signature folded ear. Another appearance of K-pop idols happens right in the following episode. When Soo-hyuk is trying to make it back to the gang after being separated, he has to hide in the arts room. And as he tries to jump out of the window to avoid getting bitten, we get a shot of drawings on the wall. There are only 2 pictures, and fans quickly identified who is in those pictures. The talk is about Twice's Tui and Oh My Girls' Yua. Yua's drawing is her posing for a selfie, while Chui's picture comes from the Feel Special photo shoot. It's understandable why they're in the arts room since they are both a work of art. Tui actually watched the show and gave it a shout out on a V-Live with Nayeon. I wonder if she noticed her face being in the show even though she didn't mention it. Another idol that was seen in the middle of the zombie chaos was Suzy. Suzy's face is everywhere in Korea, being the CF queen she is. Her beautiful face was adoring the soju poster that could have been seen outside the shop in episode 12. Many other celebrities did an ad for soju brands such as Blackpink's Jennie or IU, but Suzy's was one for the books. Even the fictional city of Hyosan can't resist her. Onjos Scratched hand. I know it's shown at the beginning of the show, but let me revisit the moment. When Hyunju becomes the first victim to the Jonas virus, the kids help her to get to the infirmary. There, while trying to hold her down while the nurse sedates her, Onjo gets scratched on her hand while the nurse gets fully bitten. Onjo's hand gets wrapped up and never gets mentioned again while the nurse turns into a zombie, further infecting the entire school. Many fans online rushed to nitpick this scene, arguing if Onjo's forgotten scratch could mean anything. Since she wasn't bitten, I don't think that she's a mutated zombie. She easily could have mentioned it when Gyeongsu got scratched later, and everyone treated him like he was going to turn any minute, don't you think? Some people think that this is not the end of Onjo, as she will have more struggles to go through in the future. So maybe there will be something going on with her in season 2? We'll just have to wait and see. The hidden actress. There are lots of extras in the show, ranging from classmates to the population of the fictional city of Hyosan. Some of them are more significant than the others, and some of them can be easily missed as you're trying not to blink and fear that some of your faves will get bitten. Well, before the entire outbreak even began, there was a scene of the high school students crossing the road quickly so they wouldn't get marked for being late. And in this scene, there's a particular actress that stands out from the crowd by carrying her backpack in the front. This student is played by Noreen Joyce Mascara, who is a Filipina actress, and well, she's not just an ordinary girl. She doesn't have a name or any lines, and her character is referred to just as a classmate of Eunji and Guinam. We can see her in one more shot where you can see her face a little better. It's in the class when Guinam is hurting Eunji by writing on her t-shirt. Noreen is actually sitting in front of Eunji. But who is she? She came to Korea in 2015 as a student and has remained in the country ever since. The actress doesn't even have acting as her main profession. She's a manager of a financial firm. When asked about how she got the role, she says, "I was just sent there by my acting agency since I mostly played Korean high school student roles. I started filming for the series in June 2020. Even though it's been a while since she stepped foot into high school, she still can easily pass as a high school student." She also answered that her favorite people to film the show with were the charming duo of Park Ji-hoo and Yoon Chan-young, who played Onjo and Tongsan. This actually wasn't her first time filming these two. That's the biggest shocker. This isn't her first acting gig in a big K-drama. Nope, Noreen has appeared in nearly all of your favorite dramas, and I'm not even kidding. She's just always hiding in plain sight. You could have seen her face in dramas like Our Beloved Summer, Moonshine, Record of Youth, True Beauty, Dr. John, You Are My Spring, The King, Eternal Monarch, Hospital Playlist, and My Name. She has appeared in over 85 dramas so far. Next time you decide to binge a new K-drama, you better watch out for her. Tongsan might be alive. Spoilers ahead, guys. Tongsan's ending had probably put all of us in tears. The last shot we see of him is his body covered in ashes. And even though Namda announces at the end that she can't smell anyone there, this whole thing got people thinking. Not every single person who gets bitten turns into a zombie. We've seen a few examples throughout the show, like Eunji, Guinam, and Namda, that there are people who can survive getting bitten. It's explained in the show that the Jonas virus kills all the normal cells, since the virus's will to live is stronger than the host's, and later just becomes a monster in a human body. But there's a catch. Those who turned into mutated versions of zombies didn't simply give up. Their will to live was way stronger than the virus eating away their normal cells. So the virus mutated in their bodies, allowing them to survive, retain consciousness, develop super hearing and smell, and even heal back into their unharmed forms. Throughout the show, Guinam's eye gets less bloody, and at the end, Namda looks nearly healed as well. But putting a shot of healed Namda there could have been intentional. One person online said, "Namda says there are others like her out there, so to me, that is a plant to get us thinking about Tongsan. He got bitten and infected by Guinam, but as we all know, Tongsan was quite determined to live and to survive. He's been fighting against the odds the whole show, so if there's anyone in the show to become another mutated version of a zombie, it definitely would be Tongsan." And yes, there was a terrible fire that probably destroyed everyone. However, we see Tongsan grab Guinam's body at the last second before the fire gets them both. So Guinam's body could have been like a shield for him? I don't know, I might be reaching. However, we do see a pile of bodies under the ashes at the end. That got many thinking that if he is a mutated zombie, he could actually heal and live on. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!